it up for Ohio State.
You've waited all day for this.
Don't let that team stand in the way. He's going to take it to the house. 85 yards. Down the right side going Devin Smith. Got it at the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown.
The one show that's nothing but the Buckeyes.
Oh, Graham Rucker for the touchdown. Kraft shoots it high on the right for 3.
This is the Buckeye Show.
All right, happy Wednesday to all you fine Buckeye fans. Back here again, I'm Timmy Hall, the Boatman, there on the update desk running this fine show. And to my right, it is his day. It's DeVier Day. DeVier Posey, ladies and gentlemen. It's good to see you again, buddy.
What's up, Tim? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing fantastic. I know you're doing well because you were on the links today.
Absolutely.
And you got your son out there ready as soon as the show is done.
Yeah.
You're wrapping up. You're heading over to lower.com. Boatman just talking about it in the update.
Yes, sir.
It's a MLS All-Star night down there.
I'm excited. The only negative is me, myself. I don't know if I'm a fanboy, but I was upset when I woke up and I realized, like, oh, I did see how big Messi's ankle was last week. He won't be there tonight.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah, that thing was blown up.
I wanted to see Messi.
Would he have done it anyway? Or would he have found some excuse to take it off?
Here's the thing. I want to call Messi out.
He still doesn't feel like an MLS guy, even though he's in the MLS.
Messi, you should still come. You should still
just kind of be there, be an ambassador for the league,
I
right?
just want to see you in person.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's kind of a cool format, right? Taking on the All-Stars in the top Mexican division.
Yep.
So that's cool. And they did this again. I think this is the third iteration of this game, and it was 2-1 MLS last time they played it this way. Either way, it doesn't matter what the format is, just the fact that it's at lower.com. And didn't you just check out the stadium for the first time a week or two ago for one of the home games?
Last Wednesday, we went to our first game.
Nice.
And they played against Charlotte.
Yeah, they got the draw for you after they were red hot.
It was a draw. But
they didn't lose.
But bottom line, the team played great. But what I was most impressed with, lower.com. It's great facility.
It's just great, man. Yeah.
So we had like some boxing. Matt Fishman, our guy, our manager, he hooked us up.
We call him Fish.
Fish. He hooked us up with some great seats. We were in the box. When I stepped into the box, I felt like I was in a Conrad in Manhattan or something. I was in a Thompson Hotel.
It felt that.
It was
chic.
Oh, man.
Really?
I dropped M&M on the floor. Guess what? I picked it up and ate it. Didn't even blow on it. Just like, this place is clean.
I don't even do that at home anymore. No.
Yeah, no. I
thought you were saying I picked it up because the place was so clean.
Nah.
I was in no way going to leave an M&M on the floor. You took it a step further and said I just put it directly back into my mouth.
Did need a 5-second count. It was
No.
This place is clean. But bottom line, Columbus Crew, the stadium, the event coordination, the
It's first
parking,
class,
the
right?
location.
Yeah.
It's a great product. It's a great sport
We got
product.
it made with everything
great sport
down
product.
in the arena district right now.
Yes.
You know, as far as the Jackets Arena and Huntington Park and lower.com, having all that stuff grouped together has just been so awesome for the city. It really has been.
Yeah, it's a great product. I was very impressed. The boys had a great time. The wife loved it, and it was just a good night.
Since you kind of open it up that way, it's a perfect time for me to say once again how with all this talk about the Big Ten wanting to move events around because the expansion, and I know
Don't you say it.
I know this doesn't mean much because I'm not talking about taking something out west. I know that's going to be on the horizon. I know
Don't
those
you
things will be on the
say it.
docket. No, I am saying
What
it.
are you saying?
I'm saying that the arena district right there is the perfect place to have a Big Ten basketball tournament.
Okay. I thought you were saying a Big Ten football championship at lower.com.
Oh, hell no. Hell no.
I was going to be opposed. I wasn't going to be opposed.
There's like seating for 20,000. They would never in a million years do that. I mean, have that at the shoe.
There it is.
Have that at the shoe. But I'm saying the arena district, Big Ten basketball tournament, it would be unbelievable right there. Because as you scope what they have, you look at how it runs in Indianapolis where everything is right there together.
Yeah.
It doesn't work so well for people that have done it in Chicago. And it's moved to some other cities too. I just don't think Minnesota, I guess out of fairness to them, but I don't want to be fair to them. We don't need a Big Ten basketball tournament up in Minnesota. Columbus would be outstanding for it. It's a good centralized location for the league too. Be great.
If Indy Minnesota and Chicago have gotten a chance. Detroit and Columbus should get a chance.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Really. And you know what? With one of the other activities you did today that we didn't talk about yet, it's a perfect way to kind of segue into this because it's our before football comes back to-do list.
Yes.
You've got to have a little to-do list either in the back of your mind or you might have to jot some of these things down.
Yeah.
Because when you look at things now, we have that Big Ten Media Day on Tuesday.
We're here, Tim.
We're here.
We're in season.
We're here. Next week, we're going to have some shows out at the practices that start off fall camp that are open to the public. I know that gives you heart palpitations because you weren't a big guy that was excited to go back to training camp. So it's you're not in it now, so it's okay.
I hated spring ball, but I love training camp.
Oh, I got that wrong. Spring practice sucked because we're done with football.
Camp. I love training camp. And the reason why I love training camp, Tim, it's your only excuse as an 18-year-old adult, you know, going into your adult years that it's okay if you don't return a phone call. I'm in camp. It's okay if you don't have to talk to your girlfriend on FaceTime. I'm busy from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m.
I don't have any time at all.
And so I miss the retreat aspect of it. Like you can go and play a kid's game and you have all the excuses in the world to not return calls, not go here, not go there. Oh, I'm in camp. I'm sorry. And DeVier, I miss that sabbatical every year.
Don't you feel like as an adult now with kids and jobs?
We should take a radio training camp.
You feel that way now, too, that you don't ever have time to return a call?
Let's take a radio training camp. We go to Colorado and we play golf all day. And we work on radio. We work on our show sheets.
The time's running out, right? The time is running out. But no, I mean, I think you mentioned, hitting the golf course. You got about a weekend left to do it. There's not a whole lot of time left to get in some rounds. For guys like us, that's at the top of the to-do list. Now,
it's depressing.
The other things that you have to do is finish up all your household projects.
You got to get that garage. Mine is garage clean.
Garage clean out is the big thing for you? That does a mental lift if you have a clean garage. I'm with you on that.
I know.
I live with a clean garage, so I don't ever get to a point. Yeah. I'm so OCD, the garage is always clean. And then there's levels beyond that. Mm-hmm. So I have to clean the clean garage to get it absolutely spotless. Yeah. Everything has to be off the garage floor. Everything is off the garage floor.
So there's nothing
outside of the shelves that sit on the garage floor.
That's your rules? Those are your OCD
Everything
rules.
is off the floor.
Everything is lifted.
Yes, it's lifted because I have I have like the cobalt tracks bolted to the walls.
Yeah.
And then I've got like the metal shelvings on the back wall.
Yeah.
I have a workbench. Of course, like I can't lift that up. Yeah. But I've seen some options though that you can like suspend a workbench from the wall. It's got to be spick and span, but that's a perfect before football comes back thing to do.
Yeah.
And I mean like heavy yard work type of stuff. Like you've got to get it down to a science to where you're just doing quick mows and weed eating. There's no more. And you're getting into the fall. It's summer. You can't be planting anything. You can't be doing any big kind of yard projects this late in the summer anyhow. You got to get that tackled.
Can I be honest with you? I felt just over the last 20 seconds a new level of respect for you as a man. You have a clean garage, man?
I do.
You are an excellent man.
I want you to come over. I appreciate your level of appreciation for something like that.
You, man.
Because I don't typically find that. I don't typically find that with a lot of guys.
Do you blow,
I think my wife really
it out or do you sweep it out?
Shoot. Of course I do. I've got the cobalt again, like I'm running a commercial for them. I've got the battery power.
Yes, it's always charged.
For that. Yeah,
it's always charged.
I was actually thinking about getting a second leaf blower just so I could have them stationed kind of across the property a little bit. So one for the back patio, one for the garage.
This man has a clean garage at all times, man. This dude is it.
Oh,
you gotta watch him, man. Shoosh.
Another thing you got to do.
What up?
Is you got to get one other good like fine dining experience in with your significant other. Like
a nice date.
A date.
A nice date.
Yes, a really nice date where it's all about her or him, whatever. Yeah. Like that's what it's got to be. Like you got to have a date night.
Yeah.
Nice dinner. Nice night. You know, my Tri-State Men's Health guys, they'll help. You know, make sure it all gets done.
I do need a shot in the A before that.
Yeah, a shot, pill, whatever they got to do to make that night extra special. Got to do it before football because when football's here, who the hell knows
we have
what
no
happens.
excuse. And this season, I'm feeling like we're going to be so locked in here at 97.1 The Fan, covering so many big wins. And it just feels special, Tim. It just feels like one of those seasons to where, like last year, or even going into CJ's year, we felt as if, there was something that we needed to see. We just want to affirm our thoughts right now. Like, we want to affirm our thoughts over this team. Like, we don't have any negative thoughts that we need to be swayed in a way. It's just
the only negative thoughts is the things that have already happened.
Yep.
And not knowing if those are going to happen again because we enter into every season thinking that it's the year.
Yeah.
For the most part, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
Even these 3 years that we've lost to Michigan, we keep walking into a new year like it's going to be the year where we can win. And so there's always that hesitancy in the back of your mind saying, what if some kind of unforeseen roadblock comes up and gets us? Because it's happened for 3 straight years, but then they go out and do it again and bring in even more ridiculous talent that, tries to change that picture, which is why this year looks to be bigger than any year I've ever been around for.
Absolutely.
With everything that's on the line. So we're going to talk about that. If you guys have a thing that you always do to get checked off your before football is back to-do list, send them our way. Want to hear those. If you're watching us on YouTube Live, something for the chat room right there. If you're not listening and you get home, that's another good way to digest the show. All the shows on YouTube Live, as you know now. The Buckeye Show voicemail and text line, because the phones aren't open anymore like they were on Man and Bone. 614-460-2896. We can get your stuff right there. All right, we're talking more than ever this offseason about Buckeyes that we haven't even seen yet, but this guy maybe more than ever. I want DeVier's take specifically on him. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
All the 10 TV people come over to our side of the building to take a deuce. That should tell you something about how we operate. The Fan.
Experience the ultimate gridiron experience at the Ohio State Football Training Camp. Presented by Safelite Bob Discount Furniture and Weber. Happening at the Woody Hayes Athletic Center August 1st through 4th. Don't miss your chance to get the first look at your Ohio State football team. Bring your friends and family and dive into the excitement with inflatables, giveaways, and more. Tickets are limited, so get yours today to ensure you don't miss out on the fun. Visit universe.com/OSU Training Camp 2024 to purchase your tickets today. It's time to grab deliciousness by the handful with the new Donato's Calzado. That famous Donato's golden crispy crust on the outside, folded and loaded with Donato's deliciousness inside. They cut it in two. Trust me, you're not sharing. The new Donato's Calzado. Dinner for one, just got a lot more fun. Create your perfect calzado stuffed with up to 3 toppings for just $7.99 for a limited time. Order now.
They're trained. They're prepared.
Let's do it.
They're Ohio's undefeated plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling team. And they're here to tackle your problems. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Kroger always gives you savings and rewards on top of our lower-than-low prices. And when you download the Kroger app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. So you can always save big every day with our savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
And now we're on our way with Coda, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Whether it's game day or every day, Coda moves Buckeyes fans down the line toward victory. Download the Transit app today for an easy way to plan and pay for your next trip. Visit coda.com/transit app to learn more.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mock Crew is a part of our winning team. The Libman Mock Crew makes sure the hardwood is safe and clean for the players every game at the Schottenstein Center. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com. Libman, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Here at The Fan, we give you 14 hours of live and local programming every day. We care about you. We live and work in your community. Except Bo Bishop. He won't tell us where the hell he is. Your live and local station. Except Bo. The Fan.
Did you and your family lose Ohio Medicaid and need health coverage? Check this out. You may be eligible to enroll in a low-cost health plan at healthcare.gov. With the new law, 4 out of 5 customers can find a plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Healthcare.gov offers quality plans that cover doctor visits, prescriptions, emergency care, and more. Healthcare.gov is here for you. Enroll today for coverage starting the 1st of next month. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Hey, Ohio! The Ohio State Fair is happening now through Sunday, August 4th. Don't miss the food, rides, animals, entertainment, the butter cow, and so much more. Tickets on sale at ohiostatefair.com.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state. The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at onnradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Some scattered showers and strong thunderstorms on this Wednesday evening. Temperatures in the mid-80s. Most of the showers and storms out overnight, down to the mid-60s by Thursday morning. After a morning shower, a return to some sunshine and a comfortable afternoon with light winds and low humidity, highs in the mid-80s. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
The best sports talk in the Big Ten lives right here. Now back to the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
Happy Wednesday. DeVier Day here on the Buckeye Show. Let me tell you about my friends who I mentioned back there. Tri-State Men's Health. Low testosterone is something that can cause a lot of problems. These can include a low sex drive. We never say yes to that. That is not to be accepted. Bad sleep patterns, unproductive workouts. Can't have that either. You got to get gains. You got to get built up for the season. Decreased energy. We got to be awake. We got to be awake and at it for 14 to 16 hours. We got to watch those West Coast games now. We got to make sure we're up. We got to make sure we're happy about it too. Brain fog, all these other things. So low testosterone is something that can affect men in their 30s going into their early 40s, and you just lose certain percentages of it every year, and you can't get it back unless you get ACE shots like I get from my friends at Tri-State Men's Health. It can be life-changing. You can feel so much better like I have felt. Look at me. Listen to me. Doesn't it sound and look like it's been working for me? Tri-State Men's Health, they are experts in treating low testosterone and other men's sexual health conditions. They've successfully treated many men for low T, and men have seen the amazing difference that those treatments will make in their life. So there's no need to wait. Call them, 800-900-9654. Go to tristatemenshealth.com. Lovely locations, 2 here in Central Ohio, the 1 right off of 270 and Cemetery Road. Quick drive to get here to work. Shot in the ace, and then on the air. Just like that. Tell them Timmy Hall sent you. DeVier is here. Now, DeVier, we've been talking about so many of these guys. Can you remember a season where we talked up so many Buckeye football players that we had never seen play football in a Buckeye uniform before?
Yep.
Which one?
I think the Terrell Pryor freshman year was pretty crazy. I remember we were really excited about Chase Young, too, as well. And then...
yeah, but not in the strength and numbers with this team. I mean, you're talking about Caleb Downs. You're talking about Quinshon Judkins.
I thought you were talking about
Will Howard.
The freshman. I'm sorry, Tim.
No. Well, count the freshmen, too.
Yeah.
But I think the thing that makes it different now is we have stud transfers in addition to stud freshmen.
Absolutely. Yep.
And we've got more stud transfers than I think we've ever had. When you talk about Downs Downs and Quinshon Judkins. And then Will Howard is such an important player because he plays the most important position in sports. But there's another guy, DeVier, that plays your position that people are dying to see and wondering what kind of stats he can put up because maybe we don't quite know. And I know you're curious about that with how you've, seen a Chip Kelly offense up close on the other side and how they run the football and how we know we'd like to see this team run the football well with Trey and Quinshon. But Jeremiah Smith, my goodness, like you hear his teammates talk about him and, I'll read you something that Jack Sawyer just said about him. But we already know this guy's the real deal from everybody we've talked to and what we saw in spring practice. But what are your expectations? What do you think we're going to see from this guy?
So Jeremiah Smith, yes, he has the hype. But when you talk about the type of guy he is and you talk about the production that he has, Tim, it's truly not hype. He's the real deal.
He's done it.
He's all of 6'4", maybe 6'5". He's all of 215. He is a 4'4", 4'3" kind of talent. He has true hands, like true catcher's hands, not body catches, but hand catches. He plucks the ball out of the air.
He's plucky.
He's not a talker. He's a player. And so for me, when I look at Jeremiah Smith, two guys pop into my mind, Julio Jones and A.J. Green. And when you go back to those guys.
That's good.
Better. He has more talent than those guys.
At his younger age.
Waking up and putting his 2 feet on the ground out of the bed. He just does. God is just giving him more, unfortunately. And the thing about it is
or fortunately for him.
Well, fortunately for us because we're Buckeyes.
Yeah.
Right. So you look at Julio, he had about 58 catches for 923 yards, 4 TDs.
You looking at his freshman stats?
Freshman stats.
Wow.
A.J. Green is 57 receptions, 1,200 yards, and 8 touchdowns.
1,200 yards.
I think that Jeremiah Smith falls in between that somewhere. He's going to have 50-plus catches. He's going to have 800-plus yards, and he's going to have 5-plus touchdowns. And he might have multiple touchdown games just because he's a guy, like, I think as a wide receiver, it was so crazy. I was in Cincinnati for a funeral yesterday, and I'm talking to my uncle. He played wide receiver at Roger Bacon. He played at Virginia Union back in 57. And he told me about a game where he had 7 touchdowns. And I in the first reply I said, I was like, you were probably pissed because you didn't have 8. And he was like, I was. That's just wide receivers' mentality, right? Like, they always feel like they can do better.
He wants a 13th playoff team.
Yeah, right. Like you always feel like
got to get Boise State in there.
Yeah. Well, when you're grading your position as wide receiver, like you always have you got to see wide receiver on Netflix, by the way?
No, I haven't.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
but
is this the Devontae Adams thing that everybody's seeing?
Debo and Kittle.
Didn't Devontae say? What did he say? The clip that I saw.
I think that's what I'm referring to. Like,
he said
with Shannon Sharp.
No. It was a different clip. I'll tell you what Devontae said. And you'll remember from the episode. Everybody thinks we just show up and play the games on Sundays.
Absolutely.
Nobody thinks that. Not one person that respects football or watches that game thinks that you guys just show up on Sunday and play.
Well,
why does he think that?
Well, I think he thinks that because
what a prima donna wide receiver thing to say, right?
Well, no, I can't. I'll be honest with you. Like prima donna is it's I don't like to say that word. I like to use another word
because it's the wide receiver word. Because it's the one that always followed wide receivers.
I just don't. I don't think like I would never want to be associated with Madonna.
Yeah, is that?
It just bothers me. Like it's just like
I don't think that's what it means.
I don't even know what it means. But I just don't. I don't want to be associated with Madonna.
It just sounds the same.
Yeah. So it's like my thing with what Devontae is saying is that everything that goes into going out and running that many routes and knowing the plays and adjustments, like you put a lot of work in, and and the game is where you display it. It takes a lot of work. But Jeremiah Smith, I just think that this guy has an ability, and I saw it in person. I don't know if you've got to see him practice yet, Tim. Like
we saw some of them, yeah. And he's just got the body too, yeah. Like you said, he's got the tangibles.
Well, for me, the biggest thing that jumps off of the screen or that jumps off of the practice field from him, his body language is impeccable. It's impeccable. It's perfect. Like to have perfect body language at wide receiver, that's the opposite of prima donna. To drop a pass and put your head down and run back to the huddle. To be open and not show any reaction. To make a big play and just put your head down and jog it in zone and hand the ball to the referee. Like, he has impeccable body language.
Yeah.
And I think that's the start of a successful career, because Marvin Harrison had great body language, right? Like you don't see him throwing his hands up on a bad ball. You don't see him clapping his hands when he drops the ball. He just picks it up and runs back.
No, I don't think any of the receivers that this university's been producing have been the high and mighty type of receivers. Because these have been guys that have been used to working and used to putting in their time and putting in their work before they get the ball thrown their way. Jack Sawyer said, who is looking for a special season himself, he said, "There's a lot of things I could list. That kid is just special, man. That's the only word I can use to describe him." He said, "Haven't been in his shoes, being a 5-star recruit and having a lot of hype around him coming in. I just want to see him practice a couple of times," he said. He said, "I don't want him to feel like if he doesn't play this year or if he doesn't live up to the hype his freshman year, then, But then I saw him for the first time at the first practice, and I was like, holy bleep, this kid's good." That was Jack talking about his impressions of him coming in. And it's everything there. And as DeVier is saying, more, because this guy is that good. It's just going to be how this thing shakes down. How does this offense wind up working, and what's that distribution going to be like? Because there's a lot of talent. We say it every year. There's a lot of talent on that field to get it around. I've got some news to share about a piece of college football tradition that our guy DeVier was a big part of himself. Tell you what's up next. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
The only show where sports talk is eclipsed by food talk. Common Man and T-Bone.
Weekdays from 3 to 6.
The Fan.
You know that project you've been working on? Just chipping away at it, dreaming of the day you get to show it off? Then, when you're least expecting it, cancer. And finishing that project actually happens. I would know. I've been restoring this car for years, and today I'm giving it to my granddaughter. It's her 16th birthday and 2 years since my cancer diagnosis.
Mom, you finished it?
Happy birthday, boo-boo. You keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans to learn more.
FC Series presents Premier League giants Manchester City versus Chelsea. Don't miss the chance to see these great teams live at Ohio Stadium. Get your tickets now at fcseries.com.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter, and championship teams need to have two things, heart and soul. Well, at Monogram Homes, they know a thing or two about heart and soul of a new custom home. My friend Bob and his team at Monogram take pride in offering a true custom home building experience. They will take your ideas, your vision, and transform them into the home of your dreams. So let Monogram Homes pour their heart, their soul into your new custom home today. Check them out online at monogramhomes.net. That's monogramhomes.net.
We buy any car. Why sell your car at WeBuyAnyCar.com? Because selling it yourself can be, well, you know.
Okay, I'll give you half now.
And?
No, and just half.
What? Avoid the hassle. Come to We Buy Any Car instead. Get in, get out, and get paid at a fair price.
Yeah, I can't do half. I could probably bump it up to like 50%. Just go. Okay.
Get your free online valuation now at
WeBuyAnyCar.com. Tomorrow is National Chili Dog Day, and there's no better place to celebrate than Skyline Chili. Gather your friends and family and head to your neighborhood Skyline for those world-famous Skyline cheese conies. Feeling good. It's Skyline time.
One of the most important Buckeye football seasons ever is coming. The Fan is your home for all the news and interviews you need as fall camp approaches. Join us. We're a friendly bunch of degenerates. Your Buckeye station, The Fan.
Reason number 52 to choose Diamonds Direct over any other jeweler. Only Diamonds Direct gives you a 110% diamond upgrade guarantee. Let us explain. If you buy a diamond at Diamonds Direct today and decide in the future you want to upgrade to a larger diamond, Diamonds Direct will give you 110% of your original purchase price toward the new stone. For example, let's say you bought her a $5,000 diamond last year, but now she wants to upgrade to a $6,000 diamond. Diamonds Direct will give you $5,500 toward the new one. That's 10% more than you paid the first time. Guaranteed appreciation. Whether that first diamond was $3,000 or $30,000, you get 10% more. Who else does this? And unlike other stores who claim to offer diamond upgrades, at Diamonds Direct, there's no fine print and no minimum purchase requirement. It's 10% more, period. Come and discover real value and buy with confidence. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
Are you ready to take your business to the next level? Introducing Optimized IT, the managed services division of Modern Office Methods. With our cutting-edge managed IT services, we ensure your business always stays ahead of the curve, keeping you one step ahead of your competition. We bring proven management strategies to the table to support your current IT team, as well as provide insight on how to maximize efficiency, helping you achieve your goals faster. Concerned about security? Our backup solutions help guarantee your data is protected around the clock, giving you peace of mind. Start at OptimizedIT.net for your free IT assessment. Stay ahead, stay secure, and stay optimized.
And now we're on our way with Coda, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Whether it's game day or every day, Coda moves Buckeyes fans down the line toward victory. Download the Transit app today for an easy way to plan and pay for your next trip. Visit coda.com/transit app to learn more.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource, proud to be your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Block O on the radio. This is the Buckeye Show.
Timmy Hall, DeVier, Posey, little DeVier Day Wednesday here on the Buckeye Show. Thank you guys for wrapping up your day the smart way here. Buckeye Show voicemail and text line 614-460-2896. We're thinking about things on the before football is back to-do list. Eric Reeser is just over in the other studio. He's just banging away, man. That guy does so many gigs, so many jobs. He's over there doing Bob Taylor production work when our main 35-year production guy is. So, like, you heard that rejoin there, DeVier, like somebody like has to edit that up, put that in the system so it can play in the right spot. That's what Bob Taylor typically does. Eric will do that when he's on one of his, 600 PTO days, because that's how many PTO days he has through a 35-year career. So Eric was just mentioning he just went on a trip. Get your trips in. Yep. Obviously, you've got to schedule your trips so you can get that last bit of vacation in before football. He just did Portland, so he was scouting out some new Big Ten territory.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Pacific Northwest is so underrated. Mm-hmm. It's so underrated.
Is it underrated, or do we rate it? Because I think it's beautiful, and I hear that it's beautiful.
Well, I just think Midwest, East Coast, we
don't know as much about it.
Florida, California. If we're talking North America here, right? Like it's just you can go to the Pac Northwest and not have winters.
No, you're right about
just
that.
Just get rain.
For the most part, if you're here in Ohio and you've got a week
Hilton
to burn,
Head,
you're going, you hit it.
Beach.
I see so many license plates, and we drive because we drive everywhere as Midwesterners. Inside of 14 hours, we're going.
That's the benefit of Midwesterners. Like, and I battled this when I lived in Houston. I could go 8 hours and still be in the state of Texas. I can go 8 hours in a 360-mile degree radius, and I could probably hit 4 to 6 states.
Oh, easily.
Oh,
easily. 8
that's
hours.
The benefit of the Midwest.
It is a nice thing. It's especially a nice thing about Columbus is that just in a 4-hour drive, you can get to a lot of big cities, big towns, where you can get a change of scenery, see some different sports teams, venues, whatever.
70 goes to Colorado.
Yeah. I-70 goes. Where does I-70 go through California? What city does that hit out there? Or I don't think it makes it. I think it runs into I-15 in Utah. Does that sound right?
The Rocky Mountains shut it off.
I think it goes into Utah.
Yeah, you got to go south.
Hits I-15, like you go by like the Red Rocks, Arches, Moab, that kind of stuff.
You got to go up.
I'm shooting from the hip, though, because I don't think I've ever been on that stretch of 70.
I know you got an A in geography. I know you did.
Something about staring at a nice road map, And we used to have the atlas
Listen
with
to
the
him.
big pages, the Rand McNally. Just flip through that thing and just take a look at where the roads go.
I don't know if
what
you
a
know,
time.
but I have an infatuation with maps and geography.
Me too. A couple of cartographers right here.
I take pride in knowing the mile distance. Did you know Indiana and Illinois were the same distance, 278 miles? Did you know that?
What is
width? Did you know that?
They look the
same, right?
They look it.
Yeah, I just know stuff
when
like
you
that.
when you glance at them on the map.
Yeah.
So their girth is what you're saying.
Their girth,
same
is the
girth.
same. Yeah.
Ours is not. Ours is not. All right, so we're looking at this team coming back this year, and before I tell you about this thing about the Rose Bowl, I want to hear Ryan Day talking about some of his players that were at Big Ten Media Days. When you took a look at the three guys that were there, what do you think about the selections that they made with Denzel Burke and Jack Sawyer and Emeka Egbuka, another wide receiver that you obviously love?
I mean, I don't really get too deep into like who they selected, because I know JTT was there last year. But the thing about the Big Ten media for me is which side of the ball is there more, right? And I feel like the defense represented a lot, and I think that's the strength of our team, our DBs and our D-line. And so I was happy about that. Those are the feelings that I had coming away with it.
Denzel Burke is going to be a big player. This was Coach Day talking about him.
Denzel has already played a high level of football, but he's going to be one of the best corners in America. He's shown great leadership. He's made great strides as a player, but also just in his maturity. We're talking on the plane ride over here about how you approach preseason camp a lot different now in his point of his career than you would as a freshman. And he's much more intentional with everything he does. And I think he has a chance to be the best corner in America next season.
And I would imagine that there's really good battles in practice, and there will continue to be between Emeka Egbuka and Denzel Burke, because one of the best receivers in America, one of the best cornerbacks in America. That's a great way to get both those guys ready to win games and go to the pros. Day saying Emeka is really just a joy to coach.
Can't say enough about who Emeka is. Emeka's an old soul. Since he's been here, he's been a warrior. He has his degree. He had to make his decision on whether he wanted to go to the NFL or not. He decided to come back with the degree in hand. And, we didn't get a chance to see the best version of him last year with his ankle injury, but we're seeing it now. And he's always been a leader. He had been a leader since he walked in the building as a freshman, but now he gets an opportunity to do that as a senior.
And then I'm sure this guy's going to be a captain. Then we can call him Captain Jack, and Emeka too, But Jack Sawyer was there, and Day just says, he's about as important of a player as we got for so many reasons.
It started off by being, one of the first guys to commit to me in the class as a head coach, but also, and then recruiting that class, but also deciding to come back this year. He was one of the first. Sat down with he and his dad Lyle and said, they have unfinished business here. And they started to get the guys to come back and build that group together that wanted to come back and leave a legacy behind. And so, being a Buckeye means a lot to him, being from Ohio.
So those are three of the key players for Ohio State that are going to pace this 2024 season. So, DeVier, this game means a ton to you. You joined me on a recent episode of Buckeye Replay. You called it your crown moment. And
favorite football moment.
Favorite football moment in your career. And that was against Oregon in the Rose Bowl, and just everything about it, right? It's just special.
Just giving Chip Kelly, Ohio State's offensive coordinator, the business.
But the setting, just what was it like soaking in those mountains? Did you ever catch yourself like in a dead period? Just
the best part about
looking
the
up
Rose
there
Bowl is the weather, and you're playing two games: a day game, first half; night game, second half.
Yeah,
best of both worlds. And then the color clash in the stadium of Big Ten teams and Pac-10 teams. Just half of the stadium is green, half is red, or when we played Washington, half is purple, half is red. I just love the whole, just the aerial shot of the Rose Bowl to me, because it's one of the bowl games that's outside, that's a BCS, it's unmatched.
So everything that's happening with the college football playoff now, and what that means for famous bowl games and not having those traditional matchups. We've been there already. We've been there, but it's going to have to be tinkered with even more so to get this extra couple of rounds in and a quarterfinal round that's going to have bowl games be a part of, and then you need the semifinal round to have 2 bowl games, famous bowl games, be a part of, and they want to keep rotating that. Well, this has kind of been in the works, but the Rose Bowl is again saying we don't want to be in the rotation for a semifinal game. They are again going to go back to the college football playoff and say, leave us out of those 2 semifinals. We'll be a part of your quarterfinal package, but we want to be on January 1st permanently. We're not going to move off it.
Not the prestige of the game.
They'll be in the playoff just fine, but make us a quarterfinal, they say. Every year, we're going to be on January 1. And again, like the college football playoff is going to have to agree to this, but I'd like to think that they will honor that because it's kind of a give and take type of situation where you want to have the Rose Bowl be a part of the college football playoff because of its prestige and it looks better on TV to have the games out there. It's a big matchup, but the Rose Bowl has these things that are very important to it as well. And they really want January 1 at 5 p.m. Eastern. And so we're going to find out before long, before 2026 and beyond gets set in stone, the next wave of, whatever they decide here, right? They're even talking about still expanding the field, but I'd like to think they could play this out a couple years, but they're not going to be a semifinal game for the first 2 here, and they don't want to be ever again. And I say they should just let them, I say they should honor that with the Rose Bowl. Let them have that if that's the way they want.
I think along the national championship journey, if you were fortunate enough to play in the Rose Bowl on January 1st and then go on to win a national championship, it would just be such a highlight on the journey of a season, right? And I respect the Rose Bowl committee for sticking to this. The Laurie's Beef Bowl, that's on that Thursday night before it. All the things and the festivities that lead up to it, the parade. Like what a lot of people don't realize is the parade is just as big as it might not be just as big as the game, but for some people, that part of if that's their world, if they're in band, and like that parade is huge. If you're in Tibetto and you get to go to the Rose Bowl and you get to be in the Rose Bowl parade and walk down there in Pasadena, that's what makes the Rose Bowl special, the festivities that surround it. And I love the Rose Bowl for sticking to their guns on this January 1st. I think it would just be awesome, and it would just be a great part of keeping tradition, which, Tim, we need to do because
a little bit of tradition ain't
get
bad.
Away from tradition in this new world of college football.
They're going to try. They're going to try. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if both parties are going to agree to that. Our man DeVier is getting pretty excited about something. Pretty excited indeed, and he's going to help you get ready next. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
This promo is brought to you by Common Man and Timmy Hall's Ping Pong Game. The Fan.
Experience the ultimate gridiron experience at the Ohio State Football Training Camp, presented by Safelite, Bob's Discount Furniture, and Weber. Happening at the Woody Hayes Athletic Center August 1st through 4th. Don't miss your chance to get the first look at your Ohio State football team. Bring your friends and family and dive into the excitement with inflatables, giveaways, and more. Tickets are limited, so get yours today to ensure you don't miss out on the fun. Visit universe.com/OSU Training Camp 2024 to purchase your tickets today.
Everybody knows that Roosters is a fun, casual joint. With their award-winning waitstaff, great food, fun, and laughter. It's a quick stop on the way home to sit back and unwind or grab a carryout. Roosters is where you, your family, and friends can order pizza, sandwiches, salads, and more. And the home of award-winning wings that are fresh, never frozen. It's your family's other dinner table. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
It's time to grab deliciousness by the handful with the new Donato's Calzado. That famous Donato's golden crispy crust on the outside, folded and loaded with Donato's deliciousness inside. They cut it in two. Trust me, you're not sharing. The new Donato's Calzado. Dinner for one, just got a lot more fun. Create your perfect calzado stuffed with up to 3 toppings for just $7.99 for a limited time. Order now.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
Attention weekend warriors. Fan Sports Saturday has moved to 10 a.m. Join Eric Reeser and Tyvis Powell as they dive into popular topics like the Buckeyes and Tyvis's liquid diet.
Saturdays from 10 to 1.
The Fan.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
This season on Nada Yada Island.
When we were new, they spoiled me. They even gave me a phone. But then, it's like I didn't exist.
Don't take yada yada from your wireless carrier. Now with Metro, get that new customer feeling again and again. Introducing Metro Flex. Free 5G phones when you join, same deals as new customers when you stay. Only at Metro by T-Mobile. Just bring your number and ID and sign up for an eligible plan. After 12 months, trade in and get our best deals on select devices.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
At Pella, we use the newest technology to show you exactly how new windows would look on your home.
Well, we keep it simple at our window place. We use a number 2 pencil to draw what your house will look like with our new windows. See?
Oh yeah, that definitely looks like a number 2.
Thank you, Leslie. Wait, I see what you did there.
Get the windows that Columbus homeowners rate the leading and most trusted at PellaColumbus.com.
Is arthritic joint pain keeping you from doing the things that you love? Bone-on-bone pain in your knee? Arthritic pain like I was having in my knee? Maybe your hip, your back, your shoulder? Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Listen, there are exciting new cellular therapies that you can get lasting relief from. QC Kinetics is helping patients like you every day here in Columbus, led by Dr. Ray Tesner. I'm talking about cutting-edge treatments that accelerate your own body's healing properties, revitalizing your joints so you can move again. Listen, my dad was having knee pain. I was having knee pain. So we went over to QC Kinetics, and they were able to help us out. And 2 years out, I'm still feeling good. My dad can still move around. So learn how QC Kinetics can treat pain and enhance your joints and restore your mobility and give you long-term lasting relief with no downtime. So check them out. Go to 380-208-4544 or head to one of their offices in Dublin, Gahanna, or now the new one that's most recently opened in Grove City.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. The show where we pay people extra to host with Timmy Hall. This is the Buckeye Show.
Yes, Timmy Hall, DeVier Posey, he's the recipient tonight, so good for him, good for him. The Boatman is back there. Wake up the echoes.
Oh, you awake back there? What's up, man?
I know. How you feeling back there tonight?
I am fantastic, guys.
Let's go.
How fantastic.
Just 10 out of 10.
You're such a liar.
You can't even wait for Riley Leonard to throw his first pass.
I'm going to be honest with you guys. The thought of that first game in College Station, even though we're still a month plus out, makes me pretty nauseous right now.
Hey, number 1 environment in college football.
That's what they voted. The 12th
you
man.
Get up 2 touchdowns.
Giga Maggies.
Because we said so.
Gig 'em.
They are some weird folk down there.
Some weird dudes and gals down there. So, Ross, what did you have going on?
He got there. He said, I got to get the hell out of here.
Cody,
what the hell is going on here?
So, buddy, are you familiar with the ring tradition in Texas A&M where they
Is that like the midnight thing before?
Yeah,
Is that what I just did?
They put they put their class ring at the bottom of a pitcher of beer, and then they drink it on, and they can't wear it until they drink a pitcher of beer.
Okay, I did not know that.
You didn't know that?
That's a weird one.
It's a weird one. But like, if you ever meet somebody from Texas A&M, they're probably wearing their Texas A&M all gold ring, and it's just like the weirdest thing to me that you wear.
Just any student. It's not a football thing.
I was in Calgary, Alberta, and I saw a Texas A&M older gentleman wearing a all gold class ring, and I was like, "You went to Texas A&M?" He was like, "You know it. They wear them every day."
It's like a sacred thing. You go to Texas A&M, you get a class ring, and you never take it off.
It's like when you put on a nice outfit, you put on that Texas A&M ring.
Yeah, I will say I got nothing against a class ring. Well, I don't have anything against a class ring.
So, Tim,
if that's important to you.
With your fit, you're like, oh, I left my class ring. Or you're like, I'm not wearing that crap. I'm not wearing that crap.
It's more like what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like I'm not.
If it goes with the outfit.
Okay. Or the event.
Or the event,
right?
Event,
the setting. Yeah.
Yeah. I have my grandfather's high school class ring.
Okay.
And it's a cool, it's a sentimental thing.
Yeah.
It's so small. He had such bony fingers when he was in high school. I have to put it on my pinky. And he was a quarterback for the high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a Catholic high school in Baltimore, Maryland.
Were the footballs smaller back then?
No, they weren't. So he must have had little Kenny Pickett hands. You know what I mean?
He was wearing SeaTac gloves.
Yeah, that was before the day. That was before the days of Johnny U, man. It was before the days of gloves. He was such a big Johnny Unitas fan when he was watching the Colts in the 50s in that town.
Man, I bet.
Oh man, DeVier. You can hear the drums. You can hear them starting to bang. The bum, bum, ba-bum, bum, bum, bum. It's Olympic time. Man. The Olympics are coming.
Yeah.
And you're a big Olympics guy. I didn't know this about you. I really get involved in the Olympics, too. I think everybody should because it's a special thing. Forget about the politics and the organizers and all the corruption with it. Just enjoy the athletes. Enjoy the sports and the sports that we don't ever appreciate or pay a lot of attention to until this comes around. That's what it's about. Summer and winter. I like to get into it. I was glad to see Salt Lake is getting another games back because I was a young man just ready to go out in the world and happened to be living there and enjoyed the 2002 Olympics. But you're excited for the summer games.
Yeah.
Give us your quick little review. How do you watch? What are the top sports? What are maybe the weird sports that you like that we don't know about?
So my love for the Olympics comes from for professionals that do their sport all year round and just like make time for the Olympics. My love for the Olympics comes from people that take 4 years to prepare for an event or a chance at a couple hours of glory. I love the fact that you can build 4 years of work into a ceremony and into an event like the Olympics. And I respect athletes.
I have a ton of respect for them, too.
I respect them who can do that. And so that's why I love the Olympics is the commitment that it takes in the building up and year after year that you got to grow on. The way that I like to consume the Olympics, I like a few different sports. Obviously.
Probably some of the big boys, right?
Probably the big boys. Basketball, Olympics. I mean, track in the Olympics is almost damn near number
Watching that
one.
100, that 200, the 400.
Relays. Yeah, I'm looking for the decathletes, so I like to see those guys, too.
Okay.
They're serious.
Little Carl Lewis action.
They're serious.
Uh-oh, I'll make up for it now.
They're serious. I love swimming. I actually love floor gymnastics. It's just an amazing display. And then the thing that I really like is archery. And we were talking about
archery.
I do like archery.
Uh-oh. I'll make up
there
for
it
it
is.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah,
I don't know if I've ever watched that, but that's a good pull there. That's a weird one.
So my love for archery came after my love for Lord of the Rings and Orlando Bloom as the elf.
Oh yes,
and just his archery. It was just like, dang, like if I practice archery like that, I could be like Orlando Bloom and Lord of the Rings.
Legolas of Rivendell.
Of Rivendell.
Yes.
I'm not as tall as him. I'm not as tall as him.
Him and Hugo Weaving.
Man, I rewatched The Lord of the Rings not too long ago.
Did you?
Yeah, when their show came out, like their prequel came out, I watched all of them before the prequel came out. But yeah, I love that. And then for some reason, I just feel like I'm always taking a nap during the Olympics when shuffleboard is on. Like I just love when they get so excited when they're like and they get and when they
shuffleboard,
whatever that is, I don't even know the name. When they throw that thing and then you got to have the brooms, the
curling. You're getting that in the Winter Olympics.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to wait.
Curling. I gotta wait. Yeah.
Your guide to this sport is not happening in Paris.
I love curling too, man. I love curling.
I love it. 24 Buckeyes qualified for this Olympic Games, so that is awesome.
Amazing.
We're proud of them. The Buckeye Show podcast is available anywhere you get your audio, so download it on all your favorite platforms. DeVier, thank you very much.
Anytime,
Big night coming up. We got Inside Edge on the money after that. Have a good night on The Fan.
If you're starting your day any other way, you're doing it wrong. Morning Juice with Bobby and Beamer.
Weekdays starting at 6.
The Fan.
And now we're on our way with Coda, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Whether it's game day or every day, Coda moves Buckeyes fans down the line toward victory. Download the Transit app today for an easy way to plan and pay for your next trip. Visit coda.com/transit app to learn more.
It's no fun to get blindsided. That's why you need to know what's coming in Ohio Medicaid.
Championship quarterback Cardale Jones.
Recent changes in Ohio Medicaid could impact you. If your information isn't up to date, you could lose your health insurance. Call the Ohio Department of Medicaid so you don't have to scramble to stay insured.
Call 800-324-8680. A public health message from CareSource.
That's what I call forward progress.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a Buckeye, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce. And jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Hey Columbus, looking for the perfect day trip? Head to the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton. Dive into football history, see legendary players, and enjoy interactive exhibits. Fun for the whole family. Visit ProFootballHOF.com for tickets. The Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, where it's always football season.
Hey, it's Anthony for the Good Feet store. 3 words for me, pain-free summer. Spent probably 30 hours walking around the Memorial Tournament and felt awesome with my personal arch supports from the Good Feet store in my everyday kicks. Sure, every now and then we all get random foot pain from pickleball or golf or just being a human being. Having my personally fit arch supports in my shoes has made a massive difference. And even right after I put them in, didn't take long to feel much more supported and aligned, and it's so easy to just move them into any pair. Before I had them, I dreaded being on my feet for any length of time. Well, you have nothing to lose but the pain, as they say. It's a free fitting and test walk. Try them for yourself. See the difference it can make. It did for me. And best of all, you can wear them home. 2 locations on Polaris Parkway and Stringtown Road, or schedule an appointment at goodfeet.com. The Good Feet store, America's arch supports experts.